Jura above. Magister, surely you sense that something isn't right here. When I led the team back, the castle had already reverted from its distorted form to this state. I assumed the Hypogean's influence had been fully eradicated, so I instructed everyone to prepare for the funeral as per protocol. But then, things began to feel off. The maids and the guards claimed to have no recollection of funeral preparations. Instead, they insist they're organizing some sort of celebration.
Captain Rodrigo, what are you saying? Why this insistence on a funeral? We haven't heard of any noble passing away. If that had happened, the Archduke would have dispatched stewards to coordinate with the temple. It wouldn't require your direct involvement. We are preparing for the Snowspire Festival. Surely you were informed?
The Snowspire Festival? That ended long ago. Who authorized this to take place in the castle now?
It was Miss Lydia. She told us to arrange a small celebration inspired by the Snowspire Festival.
Miss Lydia was the princess's most trusted steward. She's been at Her Highness's side since childhood. More like a foster mother than a servant.
Lieutenant, are you feeling unwell? How could you forget Miss Lydia after all these years? Of course I'm talking about you. You are Captain Rodrigo's lieutenant. What's gotten into you two today? You're both behaving oddly.
Magister, they're confusing you with someone else again.
Watch your tongue. How dare you utter such slander? The princess is alive. She's just a little frail. Even if you are Captain Rodrigo's lieutenant, such disrespect is unforgivable. I hope your tongue rots away. Captain Rodrigo, you must put an end to this nonsense before it reaches the Archduke's ears.
The princess is alive? This cannot be. Why is this happening? Is she truly still alive?
But the Hypogean has already been sealed. Why is the castle still like this?
Perhaps her magic hasn't been fully purged. Lingering traces may still be affecting this place.
If that is the case, we cannot risk the princess's body remaining in the castle. The Hypogean's power may seek to take hold of her again. I will dispatch someone to retrieve her body. We must ensure her safety, no matter the cost.
Princess Yelena's body is missing?
Yes. The guards I dispatched have thoroughly searched the mortuary inside and out. Not only did they fail to locate the body, but there were no signs of it being moved in any way.
Could it be that she came back to life? Chippy, don't say something so terrifying.
While I'm not certain of the exact nature of the illusion you all witnessed previously, this situation feels unnatural.
And the maids mistaking Magister Merlin for someone else is just like what happened back then. Before, in the illusion, we saw Princess Yelena when she was ill. At that time, she hadn't yet fallen under the Frost Fury's control. If this is another illusion, does that mean we might see her again?
Whether this is reality or another illusion, I must find Her Highness. The Duchy of Whiteridge has suffered far too much already.
Do not despair, Captain Rodrigo. Steady yourself. This is the castle you know best. Where do you think Princess Yelena might be?
Her Highness, frail in life, spent most of her time in her chamber.
Then lead the way. Jira above. May you protect Princess Yelena's pure and radiant soul from the grasp of evil.
Dura above, honorable knight, surely you've come to deliver Dura's divine message and save Princess Yelena.
Me? I'm afraid you're mistaken. I am but a humble knight of the temple, not one worthy of delivering divine revelations.
But then, why are you here at Velisa Castle? Silence, Lieutenant. This is not your place to speak.
Miss Lydia, I must ask that you show respect to both Magister Merlin and Dame Tamesia. Magister Merlin and Dame Tamesia have come to assist in the preparation of Her Highness's funeral.
Enough! Captain Rodrigo, Her Highness has always trusted you most, yet you dare speak such blasphemous words? I shall report you directly to the Archduke if you utter another word of disrespect. He will have no choice but to order your punishment.
The Archduke? But he has already... I apologize. Her Highness's illness has left me unsettled. It feels like I've been trapped in a nightmare, one from which I have yet to awaken. I only wish to know why she is not in her chamber. The Archduke gave specific orders that she not leave her room without supervision.
That is because Her Highness is participating in the festivities within the castle. We've recreated many activities from the Snowspire Festival. You must have seen them when you arrived. Thanks to our efforts, Her Highness has been delighted. It's been far too long since we've seen her smile.
You've truly seen her.
Of course! During all the preparations, I scarcely left her side for a moment.
Thank you for letting us know, Miss Lydia. May the goddess protect Princess Yelena.
The Velisa Court also extends its gratitude and thanks for your blessings upon Her Highness.
Something feels off about her.
Did you notice something?
I sense a faint trace of dark energy lingering on her. It is weak, but unmistakable. It's similar to the energy we detected in the Sun Temple when Burial arrived. This could make her more susceptible to bad influences.
Hypogeans once again. What should we do now, Magister? Understood. Miss Lydia, I apologize for my earlier words. I meant no offense. Now, where is Princess Yelena? I wish to personally apologize and offer my well wishes for the celebration.
Her Highness is wandering about the castle as lively as a sprite, blessed by the goddess. You should see the light in her eyes. I suggest you and your lieutenant take this opportunity to relax. You both appear far too tense, which may be why you've had nightmares and unsettling visions. Here, take this petal collection card. You may exchange it for gifts, just as in the Snowspire Festival of Cedartown. Best of luck to you. Now, I must go fetch Her Highness's favorite velvet shawl.
It seems the passage has been sealed. Could she have sensed something suspicious about us?
If she were truly under Hypogean influence, she would not have merely locked us in here. Furthermore, look at these decorations. They must have a deeper significance.
Could Miss Lydia still be angry with Captain Rodrigo for saying that Her Highness has already passed away? But she doesn't seem like the type to be so petty.
Miss Lydia is a reasonable woman. Even if she believed I had broken my knightly vows, she would not act impulsively. She would just report it to the Archduke. Before her illness, Her Highness often hid her cherished possessions in this passage. However, these bookshelves, I do not believe she arranged them herself. After Her Highness fell ill, the Archduke sealed the passage to prevent her from sneaking out. Since then, no new items have been stored here.
I've inspected the area. There's no keyhole on the door, no hidden mechanisms on the walls, and even the windows are securely locked.
This passage is completely sealed.
Like an activity for the festival. Is this one of White Ridge's traditions?
Well, the ghostly getaway was quite popular during the Snowspire Festival. The maid in the hall mentioned Miss Lydia had them prepare the celebration in the style of the festival. Could this be an imitation of the ghostly getaway activity? Then the way to open the door must be hidden within this passage. Let's search for clues. It looks like the story here is about a frail girl who dreams of playing outside, but is too weak, waiting for spring to finally leave her room.
I believe I understand now. This castle celebration must be the one Miss Lydia spoke of so often. Before Princess Yolena's passing, Miss Lydia devoted herself to planning a grand celebration, hoping Her Highness could still share in the joy of the Snowspire Festival, even without venturing outside. But the princess left this world before the preparations could be completed.
Just like when he first arrived at the castle. This must be some kind of illusion. But how do we escape it?
Now isn't the time to speculate. We need to focus on getting out of this secret passage first.
Fear not. The answer lies in this recipe for a growth potion. By brewing the potion and pouring it into the flower pot, the plant will sprout and the door will open. Well, I only recalled it moments ago. Well, it just came to me that this mechanism is tied to a story Miss Lydia once told. When Princess Yolena fell ill and lost her spirit, Miss Lydia sought to comfort her. She told the princess that she would recover once winter passed and the sapphirine blossoms by her window began to bloom. And then she could leave her room to see the world beyond.
I see. The blooming plant symbolizes the arrival of spring, and with it, her recovery. No wonder Lydia designed this puzzle.
Jira above.
The way forward will open as soon as we brew the growth potion.
This letter says Amy lost the strength to walk, and even her voice. Were these the same symptoms Princess Yolena had?
Indeed. By the time Miss Lydia arranged the celebration, Princess Yolena's health had already deteriorated greatly. The Archduke and all who cared for her understood that her chances of recovery were slim. Yet no one could bear to tell her the truth. The princess still clung to hope, and shattering that hope would have been unthinkably cruel.
The people of White Ridge are truly devoted to their faith.
Are you referring to this letter praying to Dura?
It's clear that the maid who stayed by Amy's side mirrors Miss Lydia. Like the maid, Miss Lydia must have prayed countless times with unwavering faith, pleading for Jira's mercy to save Princess Yolena.
That's right. Miss Lydia cared for Princess Yolena since her childhood. She was the closest person to the princess other than the Archduke. Because of that, even when others had accepted the inevitable, she continued to encourage the princess to hold on to hope. Praying to Dura was her last resort. Yet the goddess's mercy never reached the princess.
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but it may have been the princess's fate. Something even Jira herself could not alter.
I understand.
This story mirrors Princess Yolena's life in so many ways. Lydia must have poured her heart into this, hoping it would comfort the princess. But sadly, Princess Yolena never got to see it.
The princess has passed. Please, let's not linger in sorrow. We must focus on crafting the growth potion and get out of here to find the princess's body. Only then can we preserve her final dignity.
Captain Rodrigo, Lieutenant, you truly are the finest knights in White Ridge. Solving Miss Lydia's intricate puzzle so fast is quite impressive. Please, hand me your collection card, and I shall paint the petals. Yes, the real first-place sapphirine petals were prepared specifically for the princess.
Where is the princess now?
I believe she should be in the atelier. I saw her heading that way. The attendants prepared an activity there for her. If you head over now, you might run into her.
Run into an alive Yelena? Just the thought gives Chippy goosebumps.
Regardless, our priority is to locate the princess.
Honorable guests, would you like to try making a dough man?
A doughman? Is that a custom here in White Ridge?
Oh, I see you're Captain Rodrigo's guest. You must be unfamiliar with our customs. In our duchy, it snows all year, so we naturally build real snowmen. But the doughmen were something Miss Lydia came up with for the princess. After her illness, the princess became quite sensitive to the cold. Since most of the Snowspire Festival's activities take place outside, we needed a cozy indoor alternative. The idea is simple. Take 2 dough balls, stack them to form a body, and decorate them. They look just like real snowmen, and the best part is that they won't melt. Why don't you try making one too? You could create your own unique design that isn't already in the castle. I'm sure the princess will be so delighted when she sees it. Oh my, this is so well made. I had no idea you had such talent. Now, please head to the guard over there and choose some decorations for the dough man.
Decorations! Besides scarves, there are some odd items. Wait! Why are there gemstones? Are they supposed to be eyes? Magister, what kind of doughman would you like to make? Oh, maybe bear ears, like Soren and Gerda's. I've been in White Ridge for so long that I'm starting to miss the dry sands of the Ashen Wastes. I wonder how Elsa and Soren are doing. Next time we meet them, we can teach them how to make doughmen. Then they can join in on the fun too. But let's focus on making this doughman first. We can show off our skills to them later.
Oh, this This doll man is so adorable. It looks like a kitty standing on its hind legs. A bear? Oh, is it inspired by the innkeeper of the frozen paw? How wonderfully creative. Well, I'd love to give you a real sapphirine petal. I'm afraid the princess already took it earlier.
Might I ask where the princess has gone?
Miss Lydia came to escort her. They're likely participating in another activity. There's one in the downstairs hallway, so they may have gone there.
How is Her Highness? Is she... well?
Well, you see...
If there is something to be said, speak plainly. You know how much the entire duchy worries for her.
Her Highness seems very happy today, perhaps due to the celebration. She hasn't been this cheerful in quite some time. Even her steps appear lighter and more lively than usual. But her health still leaves much to be desired.
I see. Please, do not mention it in front of Her Highness.
I understand. Miss Lydia has already spoken of the matter.
Good. Very well, let us proceed. These capybaras.
What's going on? Is there something wrong with these capybaras?
The Archduke gifted these capybaras to Her Highness after she fell ill. When Her Highness was dying, she worried that they would make the Archduke sad, so she instructed me to send them to a reliable caretaker to ensure their comfort. I believe I sent them away long ago, but now they're here. They seem very close to the people in the castle.
The past is reappearing again. Just like when we saw Velka and Cryonia fighting each other on the ancient battlefield. It could be one of those weird vision thingies of the past.
But what happened here is completely different from what happened in reality. The castle festivities were unprepared when Her Highness was alive, so this can't be the past.
That's right. Since you know this is an illusion, there is no need to care whether it's real or not. Compelling humans with beautiful illusions is precisely one of the favored tactics of the Hypogeans. As champions of Jura, we must not fall for this trick.
This illusion is different from what we have experienced before. In the previous illusion, we witnessed the true reason for the princess's illness and even her death. But in this illusion, Princess Yelena didn't die. The festivities are being held, and she's having a great time. Could it be that everyone's unwilling to accept Princess Yelena's death? So they all secretly wish for an alternative version of events? But we didn't see any weird-looking maids this time. And talking to them didn't teleport us back to reality. Maybe we haven't met the right ones yet. The castle is pretty big after all.
Let's continue with the festivities for now. I'm sure there will be clues as we continue forward. Charon, aren't you responsible for guarding the castle perimeter?
Yes, sir. I'm here according to Miss Lydia's instructions. I'm so honored to contribute to Her Highness's celebration. Captain Rodrigo, would you like to try the capybara chasing game? You win by leading them down the corridor to the finish line. I heard from the maids that Miss Lydia came up with this to replace ice skating, although I don't really understand what those two things have in common. Oh, Lieutenant, this will be a breeze since you're always caring for the capybaras. Ah, you must be worried that this won't be a fair game since you're with them all the time. All right, you can have Captain Rodrigo play for you.
I understand. I'll try it.
No wonder Captain Rodrigo is the greatest knight in the duchy. Not just knights, but even capybaras follow your every command. You're truly one of a kind.
Charon, your outrageous manner of speaking needs to be adjusted. It's unbefitting of a palace guard. Have Her Highness and Miss Lydia been through here?
Yes, the princess left after receiving her petal and petting each capybara. There are a few activities in the Great Hall and the audience chamber. They may have gone there.
All right.
Apologies, everyone. The ball hasn't been set up yet. Please return later.
It's a real ball! Is Miss Lydia actually planning to imitate every single event from the Snowspire Festival? But with Princess Yolena's health, can she even dance?
Perhaps in this illusion, Her Highness's condition has improved.
The ball won't begin until all the other activities have ended. Why don't we go to the audience chamber first, Magister? What activity is this? Why is there so much dough?
This is called the dough ball fight. Instead of a snowball fight, you use dough balls to try and hit the targets. Hit all of them and you win.
Is this another activity that Miss Lydia came up with?
Yes. After all, we all know that Her Highness can't handle anything strenuous or intense. If we had a snowball fight, everyone would be worried about the princess running around. Besides, no one would want to throw snowballs at her. All right, enough of these sad musings. Ladies and gentlemen, come right up and test your skills at our dough ball fight. Congratulations! You won second place in the dough ball fight.
First place belongs to the princess, right?
Oh yes. Let's see. Your collection card is only missing color in 2 petals. Seems they're from the remaining activities in the audience chamber. You'd better hurry. The ball is about to begin. Thank you for the reminder.
Welcome to the Enigma Chase! Are you ready for this game, my lovely guests? The Enigma Chase is an activity that has our guests find the 3 hidden servants in the audience chamber. Although it sounds simple, finding them won't be easy. Use your imagination and guess where they're hiding.
It seems like this is a version of the snowman chase for Princess Yolena.
Miss Lydia has put in a lot of effort for Her Highness. Femi, what are you doing here?
Oh, Captain Rodrigo!
Why aren't you accompanying Her Highness? Why are you hiding here crying? Is there something wrong with the princess?
No, it's just... Her Highness wrote a farewell letter.
A farewell letter? Why would Her Highness write a farewell letter? The Archduke has ordered everyone not to tell Her Highness of her condition. Who told her?
Yes, let's calm down, Captain. This is an illusion. The letter may not be real.
Perhaps you're right.
Since the first snowfall of winter, her health has been getting worse. None of us mention it, especially in front of Her Highness. Even the doctor hasn't said anything, and he never leaves any records of his diagnosis. But the princess is smart. When we went to her room this morning to help her change, she took out the letter and handed it to us. She smiled that bright smile of hers and told us not to cry.
What did Her Highness write in the letter?
I don't know all the details, but Her Highness hopes for a water burial instead of a proper one.
Water burial? Why?
According to Her Highness, although it would be nice to be buried with her Velisa ancestors, she's afraid that one day she may become an undead, roaming the duchy and harming the innocent. She doesn't want an existence like that.
Dura would never allow such blasphemy to happen. How could she even think that? No, there's never been such a thing as water burials here. Even when the undead roam the countryside, everyone still adheres to tradition and is buried properly by the ordinance of the temple. Water burials leave no remains, so where should the living send their condolences? Not to mention, Her Highness is the Princess of the Duchy of Whiteridge. This cannot be condoned.
Her Highness has always been stubborn.
Is this really what Her Highness wants? Does she not want to be buried in peace and have us remember and honor her?
If there's even the slightest possibility of me hurting the people of Whiteridge, then I won't have a traditional burial. Although her face was as white as a sheet when she said this, her eyes were as hard as steel. And then, she made us swear to the goddess to help her fulfill her dying wish.
And you swore?
I'm sorry, Captain, but I can't bear seeing Her Highness cry again. I'm willing to do anything to cheer her up, even if it's just to make her smile for a moment.
You swore an oath to Dura. That is an oath you cannot break.
Yes, I know, but there was no way I was going to refuse, Captain. Facing Her Highness, even the most cold-hearted person in the world would melt and agree to her request. After we swore, Her Highness smiled. It was the first time she had smiled in so many days. Then, she seemed to have regained some of her strength, and with the help of her attendant, she sat up as if a miracle had happened. Her exact words were, "Thank you all for everything. Will you accompany me to the festivities? Let's have a memorable time." And then, well, the celebration began.
Did a miracle really happen? Has Her Highness recovered?
I don't know. I hope so. Looking at Her Highness, I always think of the celebration a few years ago. There were fireworks at a festival. It was so beautiful that it lit up the whole night sky, just like when the princess smiles. Even the candles in her room seemed to grow brighter. But fireworks always stop at some point. Forgive my dreary words. I wish Her Highness good health and happiness forever. May this miracle last. But I keep thinking about the fireworks ending. I must be cursed to think such things, possessed by something evil. Forgive me. If you still doubt my words, find Miss Lydia. The princess gave her the letter for safekeeping. She would never leave Her Highness's side at a time like this. Her Highness also said that after her death, this letter is to be given to the Archduke.
Where is Miss Lydia?
I don't know. When the festivities started, I couldn't hold it in anymore, so I came here alone.
You're dismissed. Don't tell anyone what has transpired.
Yes.
Are you okay, Captain Rodrigo?
I don't know.
According to the tenets of the temple, if a water burial was truly Princess Yelena's last wish, Her opinion should be respected.
She does resemble a display of fireworks, doesn't she?
I have not yet had the privilege of meeting Her Highness in person. However, I have seen people burn themselves out toward the end of their lives. From the maid's words, I felt her conviction. Incredible faith is supporting Princess Yelena right now. Her duty to protect the duchy outweighs all. Her faith in the palace attendants, who set aside their concerns, gives her the strength to push through her illness and attend the celebration that should not exist. As a Templar Knight, I cannot speak of miracles, but with Jura above, Her Highness's soul will be safeguarded, no matter where it may wander.
But should such beautiful fireworks end up in the water? No, don't answer that. Let us go find Miss Lydia and Her Highness. There are things we need to discuss.